It's been a dream here at Edmonds Lutheran Church for a very long time to do something that was powerful in this piece of property that was part of our campus. And it's been a dream for a long time to have it be some sort of housing. And so the journey for us was finding the right partner that could help us accomplish this goal. Because our mission at Edmonds Lutheran Church is to bring hope and healing to our community and world through the love that God loves us with. And we know that when you have stable, affordable housing, and you're not worrying about how am I going to afford rent next month, or how am I going to know where I'm living this next month or the month after, that just that stability brings healing and brings a ton of hope, knowing that now you can free your mind to be able to work on other things in your life that are just as important to help build a better foundation. So when we found Housing Hope as a possible partner, and we saw the difference they made in other projects they had done, we knew we'd found a really great partner to work with, as their mission and vision aligned so much with what our heartbeat for our community is, and making a difference in our world. So we're proud to partner with Housing Hope, and so excited as a community to see this project come to fruition in a way that's going to change our world and make a difference in our community.
Yep, so something that you will hear me talk about in other presentations, other places, is really we need more places for people to live. You know, fundamentally we need more places for people to live. And ideally we want people in places that are high opportunity, that have good access to transit, good access to jobs, good access to amenities, and so much more. Healthcare, education, all of these things are critical. This site at Edmonds Lutheran Church checks all of those boxes. The list of items of good things about this property could not be better. That it fits in perfectly with the community. It will be no higher, no different, nothing about this project will stand out relative to the community it's interfacing with. In addition to serving that community, it will not stand out in the slightest. And it's such a great place that is so supportive and so accessible for the people that will benefit from living here. I think this project is an excellent step towards finding a solution and addressing the needs of homelessness, housing instability, and more in our community. Because not only is any unit a good unit, this particular project and these particular units are great units and a great project being put together and being run by Housing Hope, an esteemed organization, one of the most esteemed in Snohomish County. And it's more than just a unit that will serve families for more than 50 years. It's for the community. It's now your workers next door might live here. They might walk to work instead of driving in a single occupancy vehicle. Now they can shop local, and that local money stays local in your community.
So I'm so excited about this project because, 10 years ago, I was one of these families. I was the mom with a child in the Edmonds School District, and there was no place to go. And there wasn't organizations that were able to help us immediately. And like I said, it took 8 months before we were even, able to get into a shelter space. I mean, that's how bad it was 10 years ago. Imagine what it is now. So now I am able to serve others in the community who are facing what I've gone through. And I think often, if I didn't have the support that I needed to get to where I am now, to where now I am gainfully employed, I have insurance, I'm able to, pay for the things that I need, my basic needs are met, my health is much better, my mental health is much better, my son is doing well now. But when I go back and I think about that time, my his academics were suffering, his mental health was definitely suffering, mine was as well, both, and all of that had a detrimental effect on our physical health, and just everything was spiraling out of control. And I think about every family right now who is out there and waiting on a list and desperate to just get back into a place, safe, stable place that they can call home. That's what this can provide for people.
My name is Cheryl Burr, and I live across the street from Lincoln Hill Village. and I've been there since it was built. And my house looks practically right into it, and we're very close. And I have never really experienced any difficulties or any problems at all with living across the street from it. I hear kids playing, which I love. I love the sound of that. So, but they're in kind of an interior courtyard place, so I never see them, I just hear them. And we have really had no problem whatsoever.
About Housing Hope, I see so much benefit for the kids that they have a backup person here. They have Joan. They look at her kind of like the principal of the school, and it means that there's somebody in charge. And I know she fields a lot of little snits that come up and stuff like that she kind of helps mediate what they're doing then. And I think that's just perfect. I think a lot of people that are coming out of poverty, out of homelessness, really need someone to help them with the drama too. And I must say, some of my former fourth graders still are living here, and at least one family that I know started here and have moved out to a house of their own that they own, and they're thriving.
I know people that have worked for Housing Hope, or have had clients. And so I've learned more about Housing Hope because of talking to those people and understanding a little bit more. But there were misconceptions I had about it too before talking to people. And when they explained to me all of the things that people have to do to be a part of this program, it really put some of my concerns at ease, because of there are guidelines that you guys go by to allow people to be part of your program, and if they choose to not follow those, then they don't get to continue with the program. So there's accountability that goes there too, which I think is super important.
When I heard what was going in, somebody says, "Oh, you want to start locking your car? There'll be all those low-income people in the neighborhood." Haven't had any trouble like that. I still don't lock my car all the time.
So I've owned this house for a long time, but it was a rental for a while. And then when I came back, Housing Hope was here. And I remember talking to the people that rented about it, and they're like, it's a nothing burger. It's just across the street. And so having been back here for 5 or 6 years of that time, I have to say the same thing. There is not anything that I have seen or heard going on over here that is really anything of any concern. Yes, every Friday they are doing landscaping, or there's mowing and blowing off the sidewalks and all that kind of. Yes, every week. I can attest to that. I'm like, can you come over here? Because my yard could use some of that. Yes, they do. The buildings are pretty, the paint job on them is really nice. They just seem happy, upbeat, the look of them. And they look very current, just like a lot of other places that have been built in the same, time frame. I think the paint job is nice, it's pretty. I just think it's a very nice looking facility, I think. If I was an apartment dweller, this would be a nice place to live. It seems like so.
Well, as a congregation, they've been looking to do something in affordable housing for years. And we have, we've talked to several people, and we finally hit on the right partnership with Housing Hope. And so it was just a continued conversation with everybody in the congregation. And, we would let them know what was happening with our negotiations. And it got down to the vote. And we asked if anybody had any questions, and there were no questions. And then we asked them to vote, and everybody said yes. So that's how it came to be. The congregation is very excited about the project. They can't wait to see something going up. They've been waiting for years, and several of them have even asked, can they apply to live there? So it wasn't hard. You know, I mean, I'm in a position of leadership, I guess, but to be honest, everybody wants this, and they can't wait. We're just so happy that this is going to happen.
This collaboration between Edmonds Lutheran Church and Housing Hope is in a place that desperately needs it. The city of Edmonds and Southwest Snohomish County desperately need affordable places for people to live and to begin their journey of bettering themselves